We're going to begin by covering our eyebrows with glue stick, and I'm no way a pro at this, so don't necessarily take my advice, but what I do is just rub it all into my eyebrows and get it in between all the different hairs, so go in many different directions until all the hairs are coated, and then I'm going to use a spoolie just to brush all the hairs upwards. If you have the problem that I sometimes have, that the glue stick is too hard and it goes kind of clumpy, I'm just going to add a little bit of water and dab it off so that it's not too wet, and then use it again on the brows. So I'm going to repeat the same thing with the other brow and brush them through. And again, I'm going to just wet the glue stick. Don't get it too wet though, dab it off on your hand as well, just to make sure that there's not too much wet glue on there, because it will just rub off what you've already done. And then I'm just going to remove with my wet wipe anything that's on the skin and not on the eyebrows. I'm then going to wait for them to dry and repeat the same process. I'm going to add the glue, remove it from the skin, and fan. I'm doing this about 4 times, and then I'm just going to take some of my translucent powder and push it quite firmly in to fill in any of the fine lines and gaps. This is just the way that I've found, just from watching videos online, that kind of works the best for me at the minute. I'm going to brush away any excess off the skin, and then I'm just going to go into this all over cover stick from e.l.f. and just completely cover the brows. And you want to do upward strokes, so not to dislodge the glue or anything. I'm now going to blend those edges with my sponge, and just add any more in the areas that I feel need a bit more coverage. I'm going to add my foundation now. This is my Illamasqua Skin Base, and it's a really, really light one. And I'm just going to blend that into all of my skin, and also a little bit over the top of my newly covered eyebrows. If I need any more coverage, I'm just going to go in with a little bit more of this stick. So now I'm going to use my white face powder, and this is from Stargazer, and using my wet beauty blender, or well, it's not even a beauty blender, my Real Technique sponge, I'm just going to pat this over the top of the eyebrows, and I found that covers really nicely. I'm also going to use a little bit on my brush just to dust away any excess and set the rest of my skin. So now I'm going to go into my blue from my Sugar Pill palette, and this is going to start off my amazing Marilyn Manson look. So we're going to put this all over our natural lid, right up to our natural eyebrow. So we're going to start to blend this at the eyebrow seam. Obviously with him, he doesn't even have eyebrows, so he doesn't need the trouble of blending this. But then we're going to use the white and just use that over the top of the eyebrow area just to really feather that blue, because we want it to look really feathered and soft, as if our eyebrows are not an obstacle. I think it went pretty well. I don't ever cover my eyebrows, so for first attempts, I don't think it's too bad. And then I'm going to go in with the blue and just intensify that blue because we've lost some of the colour, and make our shape a little bit more square and straight across along the top as opposed to round, and a bit more white, just to make sure things are really blended. Now I'm going to use a black pencil. This one's one of the NYX Jumbo pencils. I'm taking this all over the lids and just blending this out all over the mobile lid and into our natural crease. And my eyes look so ridiculously small like this, it's disgusting. I'm then going to feather that out a little bit and add some more of the blue eyeshadow just to blend. And then going to take some black shadow, really dark one from Urban Decay Black palette, and in the inner corners I'm going to take this up higher than in the outer corners. I'm going to set all that black and really darken it, and then in with the brush that has the blue on it, again just to soften and add a little bit more blue if I need it, just to intensify the colour and help that blend even more, because I want it to be perfect. So again with the white, and the same process, just making sure things are seamless. I'm using a clean sort of fluffy brush in the inner corners just to soften everything in there so it's nice and soft. And then I'm going to add my contact and use some grey eyeshadow from NYX to start my contour whilst my eye gets used to that horrible contact. I'm also going to contour my nose and use whatever's remaining from the white on my sponge just to define the nose some more and brighten it and make it look snatched. And then feather a bit with a fluffy brush. So now I'm just going to sharpen those lines with my white powder. Bam! And a little bit on the tip of my nose. and the top of my lip, and then just a bit of the grey eyeshadow to pinch the tip of that nose so it looks more upturned, and like a little button. And then under my lip as well. So now I'm going to use Salem from Lime Crime, and this is going to be my outline for my Marilyn Manson lips, and you want to overdraw, like go ham on the overlining. It's my dream come true. Yeah, looks a bit crazy. And then the centre, I'm just going to remove some of that with a wet wipe and add Beat It from Lime Crime in the centre and blend that together by pushing my lips together and just patting with my finger at the seam. So now I'm going to use my white pencil from Illamasqua, and I'm going to line my waterlines and add a little bit of this grey directly underneath there. Text message. And use a fluffy brush with some of that grey and just feather that out. So now I'm going to use some of the black directly under that lash line and feather it out again. And then I'm going to conceal under my eyes and use my sponge to blend that out. Then I'm going to go into my highlighter from Urban Decay. This one's Aura, and I'm just going to use this on the tops of my cheekbones to begin with and the tip of my nose. And somehow I wonder how it ended up on my lips, because I always have to do this with shimmery eyeshadows over my matte lipsticks. But you know what, I think it looked gorgeous, so you'll see at the end it looks so pretty. And then in the inner corners I'm going to add a nice little dot of that. Then Ardell Double Up Lashes. This lash glue from Ardell is the best. No, it's not Ardell. It's not Ardell. It's Duo. Like, can you believe it's Duo? Sorry. It's amazing. Honestly, like, oh my god. Yeah, add those lashes, some mascara. I'm all over the place right now, and a little bit on the bottom too. Try not to get it everywhere like I do. And then I'm just going to use some of my white shadow on a fluffy brush just to make my under eyes even brighter and just soften that under eye line even more. And then I'm going to add a little bit of blue under there too, just to kind of tie it in. Reline my waterline in case I've lost it, and then I'm going to go into this blush from MUA. So pretty. This is Marshmallow, by the way. I wanted to add a feminine touch to Marilyn Manson, and then I'm also going to add some white under my eyes to brighten even more and make my skin like bam, like frost white, just like Marilyn Manson. So that's it guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like Halloween videos, please check out my previous tutorials. They'll be linked at the end of this video, and I also have a playlist for those. If you want to see the rest of my Halloween videos I'm uploading over the month of October, then please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again guys, bye!